Hey guys, it's Ethan Hill, handsome and wealthy, and can all my handsome and wealthy men stand up? Guys, this video is going to be important. So, if you feel like you've been kind of lost in a relationship, or you feel like maybe you need to switch and let things go on their own path, then watch this full video, clear and direct, no cuts, no edits. Let's get into this video, man. So, the title of this video is Meeting the Woman at the Wrong Time in Your Life. Meeting the woman at the wrong time of your life. So, guys, if you ever been in a situation like where you felt like you met the woman that you wanted to be with, but maybe the gap or the age difference was a thing, or maybe your financial situation was a thing, or maybe just she was moving to another country or another city, right, from currently where you were, and you just had to let it go because of the long distance. Well, guys, this happens so much in our everyday life, right? It's gonna happen, whether you take a job, whether she goes off to college, whether you got to make the transition, whether you thought maybe you guys had a situation where maybe it was friends with benefits and you wanted to elevate it and you guys tried it and maybe that relationship didn't go as planned. It's all gonna happen in your life. And it's hard to accept, right? Even for men, right? I know men are supposed to be masculine, they're supposed to be this stoic figure, keep composed, and you can be composed, but it's almost like a tough thing to handle, especially when you put a lot of time, you put a lot of energy, and you put a lot of investment in these relationships and these situations that you put in place, man. I'll give you an example. So currently, right, I was dealing with a woman that was older than me, right? And she was like 25 years older than me, and I really wanted to provide this life and do these extravagant things and get us to a place where we can, combine and be fruitful. But unfortunately, that situation didn't happen, and it felt like a loss to me at first, but then I realized that maybe God wanted it to be like this. He intended it to be like this, right? He intended it to be a way where it was not going to work out. And maybe the time right now isn't going to be the time, maybe in the future, but who knows what happens. So you never want to, what's that quote? Put too many objects in a basket, right? Put too many eggs in one basket, right? That's the quote. But you never want to put too many eggs in one basket. You never want to hope and pray, and you want everything to be certainty. Everything has to be certain in life. If somebody messes with you, they got to mess with you fully, right? If you want to set plans for something, you got to have a deadline. You got to have a deadline, and you got to be strategic with everything, the way you move about life, the way you plan, the way you go about achieving your goals, right? The way you deal with people in these relationships. You got to cut them off. You got to tell them what it is. You got to set your standards, right? Because we don't have time really to be wasting as far as knowing if somebody really wants to mess with you or not, even though I feel like it was a loss. I mean, we could still be friends, you can always still be friends. I was overreacting a little bit. I was like, nah, I don't want to be friends or whatever. And, that's not the right mindset to go with. You make your own standard, right? If you feel like that was a good person and y'all could be friends, y'all could be friends. Because I don't want to be telling y'all to be bitter and hateful and spiteful and I'll never get women again because this woman hurt me. Nah, we ain't doing none of that bullshit. We ain't doing none of that bullshit, okay? So, guys, when you're comes to that conclusion, right? Whether it's either you're jumping or you're jumping out, right, with confidence, or what I'm saying, you gotta go, right? Especially if you're with a woman, right? I was reading this in a book. If you're with a woman, right, and she tells you where is this going, right? And depending on your answer, if you say, I like to take my time, it's only a matter of time before she says, you know what, I don't have time to waste. Are we in this or are we not? And if you're not, you're going to lose women from time to time. It is what it is. It's something that sometimes it takes us men to realize that you got to go through the heartbreak, you got to go through the pain, you have to go through the withdrawal method, you got to go and just feel every emotion. And it's really hard to sometimes, internalize that, but it's for the best. And sometimes we don't understand what God has planned for us. But once you believe and you grind and you put in the groundwork to become better, right? 100% better, right? You become the man, the G, right? You become a fucking apex predator out here in these streets, right? Everything's gonna work out. Everything is gonna go your way and you will be successful. So guys, my camera is about to die, so I'm going to cut it short. But if you guys like this video, make sure to hit the like button, comment, subscribe, turn on your post notifications. Let's get to 1,000 subscribers. Let's go and hit that goal. And you guys know the slogan: don't settle for the woman you don't want, settle for the woman you do want. Ethan Hill, handsome and wealthy. Wow.